Hello everyone and welcome back to another BattleBox Buyer's Guide. This time we are going to be taking on the might of the high fleets of combat patrol Tyranids. So, as for the models, I genuinely feel that the Tyranid combat patrol runs the gamut from very boring, the Tyranid Prime and Termagants. I mean, their termagants, I don't expect a huge amount from them. They look really good when you have a whole bunch of them in together, but individually they're kind of rubbish, and like assembling them is a bit of a pain. To I love I love the Von Ryan Sleepers. I didn't when I first started, but they are really nice. They're incredibly characterful. Got this kind of, I mean, as you may have noticed from the paint scheme, I love aliens, and they feel like proper like xenomorphs. They are very cool. Blah, 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 blah. Get a rotating platform. I don't know what you mean. Two. Now, Games Workshop is basically incapable of making truly bad models at this point, but I do find the Psychophage I'm not the biggest fan of for reasons I couldn't possibly begin to articulate. I think it either needed to be smaller and sleeker or bigger and more tanky. I think the fact it's got a giant arse bit, uh, like it, like the front part, it looks like this cool like sleek hunter monster. The back bit has this cool like this kind of like venom gas sack thing, which it's what it is a gas sack. And I don't know what these little like port bits are here, but I hate them. I hate them with a passion. But yeah, I individually either side works, but together I don't like it. It's it will not be seeing its way into many of my lists, mainly because I got Leviathan, so I'm going to replace it with the Screamer Killer. But that, and for the Barb Gaunts, who I honestly don't think have ever been shown up close on my channel before because they just stay in the back corner and shoot stuff. I get exactly the depth perception is hard. I get exactly what they were doing with it, but the second I noticed they had them as a literal weapons tripod, I kind of just groaned to myself and checked out. I think these would look slightly better if they were more like the Tyrant Guard, the one where they've got 4 legs and they've got like a centaur design. So 4 legs on the ground and then 2 holding the gun like a rifle. Like, I think that would have made them look much better. I'm just like the idea of termagants with shoulder-mounted cannons to make them more like the rest of the armies. It doesn't work for me. Like, either have them holding them like a rifle, or have them attached to the back like the new biovores. I actually really like. And speaking of again for the Psychophage, but the new biovores are like sleek and creepy looking. I really like them. But yeah, just oh, focus, you bastard. But yeah, just in general, apart from the Von Ryan Sleepers, either fairly dull models or outright I hate them. um, yeah, just I feel I'm going to start the review negative. I'm going to be about to be getting a lot nicer to them. So yeah, again, I just want it on record that Games Workshop I don't think is capable of making truly bad models. Like even the Psychophage is 2 halves of a good model. They're just not attached to each other's proper half. Yeah, I don't like being this negative. I'm going to go on something nicer now. I have not got a combat patrol faster than these guys. They are incredibly easy. I found them incredibly easy to learn. Everything in the army has a purpose. I may hate the models, but I get what these guys do. Termagants are like they're fast. They hit harder than you'd think. With their guns. The von Ryan Leapers, just shred stuff. This is going to be about the only time I'm going to praise a unit, like a character on their own, because the Tyrant Prime is it's actually a really, really fun assassin unit. It comes together really well. It's a balanced combat patrol. It's got a decent number of models, so it can swarm the field. It's really good. It knows everything in it, knows what it wants to do, and I can't speak highly enough about it, like from a design perspective. Just it's got enough options to be interesting, and you know what everything wants to do. No real notes here. And again, not really many notes on expanding this thing out either. It's fairly balanced. You've got a few battle line units. You've got some long range artillery. You've got some close range, like just murderers. You've got a big heavy unit. Like it gives you some stuff to play around with. You can see what your style is, and just grab more. Like, isn't an army where I'd say you probably want a second combat patrol. There are going to be a few of those in the future. I would say it could be worth grabbing more termagants, even if I think the models are boring. Again, I like them as a swarm. I do think they do look very cool. Just like one of the reasons I went really dark is just to make them look like a carpet of black chitin or chitin. I think it's pronounced chitin. But yeah, my only real downside is currently the combat patrol is the only way of getting more von Ryan's Leapers. Apart from obviously eBaying them. But yeah, you can expand it out however you want. You can see how your playstyle wants to go. It's really good. This is, I would honestly say, one of the gold standards for what combat patrol should be in general. Just everything about it works. It's one of the cases where I would say I've looked this over, and I know the termagants, the full box is just them with a weapons upgrade sprue, but I don't really think any of the upgrade weapons are really, like the flesh borer is just the best one. So you're not missing out on anything. Yeah, it's really good. Our note on price is I'm not even going to pretend buying the combat patrol itself is an option, mainly because even buying the starter set and buying the barb gaunts separately comes to $92.50, which is still $2.50 cheaper than the combat patrol. I don't know why they released the combat patrols. And that will come with a bunch of space marines. You can either sell or paint or scatter over the bases as bodies. Much like the Space Marine Combat Patrol, your best bet is absolutely going for the ultimate starter set. Getting all of this, you get the Space Marines as well, and a bunch of terrain for 125 quid. RRP, obviously, shop around, find a way somewhere cheaper. Just like you can expand out however you want on this. Just whatever whatever you like from playing this, you can go into if you want. And I personally, my first thought is eBaying another lot of Von Ryan's Leapers and at least 20 more Termagants. But yeah, just you can't go wrong. Tyranids are incredibly adaptable. So, I mean, I like massed infantry. You could go down the psychophage route and get a bunch of carnifexes. Yeah, whatever tickles your fancy. Um, cool. Until next time, it's been great. Thanks for watching. Bye.